If you tried quitting porn and relapsed soon after, you're not broken, you're just using the wrong plan. Give me 10 minutes and I'll explain. The reason I'm giving you this video is because for 10 years, I thought it was impossible to quit. I would say things in my head like I'm too far deep, or maybe watching it an hour or two a day is normal. But the real thing is, even though I didn't want to admit it, I didn't even think it was possible for me to quit porn. Other people, yeah, maybe they can do it, but not me. And I don't know if you've ever had that same thought in the back of your mind, but if you did, I get you. So in this video, I want to break down, is it possible to quit porn, and step by step on how to do so, if it's possible. And just so we get the full scope of why adult content can be such a dangerous cycle, I want to tell you a quick story. For years, when I would relapse over and over and over again, I started telling myself lies. That this is no big deal, that everyone does it. Oh, it's not hurting anybody, no harm, no foul. But then I really took a look at it and noticed something. If I was watching it for at least an hour a day, in total, counting social media, soft porn, actual adult content, that's 7 hours a week. A full workday stolen from me. Stolen from my family. Stolen from my goals. That's 28 hours a month that I didn't use for anything good. So maybe you don't watch it an hour a day, counting social media. Maybe it's 30 minutes a day or 15 minutes a day. Do your math. How much is adult content actually costing you? Because it's not just a quick 10-minute thing. It never is. It's more like a 60 to 90-minute habit, if you really look into it. Because let me know if this sounds familiar. Maybe you're scrolling on social media, or maybe you're just relaxing, sitting down, boom, an urge hits you, and it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes trying to fight it off. Maybe a couple more minutes kind of giving in, watching just a little bit, scrolling just a little bit, and then a little bit longer, and then boom, you give in. That takes a while. And then you finish, you have the post-nut clarity, and then for the next 1 to 2 hours, you're low energy, you have brain fog, maybe you're snappy, you have low temper. I've heard it all. And for me especially, it would go something like this. I'd go strong all day, I'll keep myself busy and productive, and then the night comes, and I get the urge laying in bed for 30 minutes, then relapse, and then think about what I did for the next 10 minutes, and then I say I'm never gonna do it again, and by that point it's 1 to 2 a.m. when I have to get up early the next day. So now I'm eating into the next day of productivity. And after a couple of years of doing that, I got pretty fed up. Do you wanna know how I solved that really quick? And when you hear it, it might make you think, why did it take me so long to figure this out? And I ask myself this every single day. But I bought an alarm clock. So that way I wake up on time, and I would charge my phone in the kitchen. That's the most important part. Not only did I have my alarm clock far away from my bed, so it made sure I got up on time because I had to walk over there, but I stopped having late night urges because I didn't give myself the opportunity to have them. I didn't give myself the opportunity to relapse. Instead of my phone being in my hand next to me, it was all the way on the other side of the house, in the kitchen. This is what I call setting yourself up for success. So like I mentioned, is it possible to quit porn? Yes, you just need to have the right systems in place. But now this begs the question, why is it so hard to stop in the first place? And a lot of times when I have this conversation with people on my root session calls, they go something like this. I didn't plan to do it. I wanted to stay free. I just found myself giving in. And that's not a character problem. That's a behavior problem. And this is how I look at it. Something triggers you. You have a reaction to that trigger that you've done 100 times where it's almost automatic. And then because of that trigger, you repeat that behavior because you didn't have the tools to change. And these triggers can be anything. A time of day, a certain type of post on social media, a certain type of emotion or feeling. And your routine is to keep on scrolling or just watch a little bit. And we all know what happens after. We relapse, we get a huge dopamine dump, and then we feel like dog poop after. So how do we overcome that? I tell all of my one-on-one people to follow a 10-minute protocol. So when you get the urge, step 1 is to get the fuck out where you have the trigger. Change positions, change where you're at, change what you're doing. so that you can change your feeling. Splash cold water on your face, go on a walk, do 20 minutes of jumping squats. And then once you do that, once you get out of the place, once you get out of the area, keep track. So when did you get the urge? What were you doing when you got the urge? What were you feeling? And then you can start to see the patterns so that you can set yourself up for success later. And boom, just like that, not only is it possible to quit porn, but it's actually very simple once you have the right strategy in place. And I get it, quitting alone can be difficult. So if you want to have a deep dive onto your situation where we can get on a call and understand your specific triggers and map out a plan to break free, schedule that below. Now, what's the plan right now? Step 1 is to remove the access points. If you get the urges in the restroom, don't bring your phone in the restroom. Don't give yourself the opportunity to fail. Charge your phone in another room. Get an alarm clock. Make it a rule to not take electronics in the restroom anymore. And I get it, nowadays we feel like we need our phones everywhere, but 40 years ago, that wasn't an option, so it can be done, right? And next is track where you get the urges and how you get them, so that you can build a plan to set yourself up for success. Change your environment and change what you're doing, so that way you can change the emotion that you're feeling. And bonus points if you switch the activity to something you like doing. So if you don't like taking walks, whenever you get the urge, read 10 minutes of a book, play Wordle, play a puzzle game on your phone, do something for 10 minutes. So just follow that step-by-step plan and see the difference that it can make. Let me know how it goes in the comments, and remember, if you're done playing games, you can either schedule a root session call, or I have a free relapse protocol training where I give you a step-by-step guide on how to learn from every time you go back. But back to the scheduled program, is it possible to quit? Yes, you just need the right system. I hope this helped, and other than that, see you next time.